Okay, welcome to another video of ours, and we're going to form quadratic equations now from the following roots, which is question a, -1 and 4. Now you need to know what is the root. Roots are usually your answers. For example, x equal to -1 and x equal to 4. Your roots are -1 and 4. For this question, your roots are -1 and 4. And when writing a quadratic equation, it should be in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Okay. Now, this means that x equal to -1 and x equal to 4. And we need to write it this way. So if you put the -1 to the other side, then it becomes x plus 1, which is equal to 0. And if you put 4 to the other side, it's going to become x minus 4 equal to 0. So at the end of the day, you're going to get something like this: x plus 1 times x minus 4, x minus 4 equal to 0. So it means either this one is 0 or this one is 0. But this one was supposed to be the original thingy. So let me just write this. Okay. So after getting that, after knowing this, what you need to do, obviously, open up the bracket. So x times x gives you x squared. X times -4 gives you -4x. And 1 times x gives you plus x. And 1 times -4 gives you -4, which is equal to 0. So at the end of the day, you're going to get x squared minus 4x plus x gives you -3x minus 4 equal to 0. And that is your equation. Simona rahisi sana. Now going back to the same thing. Now here we say 2 roots x equal to -1/4 and x equal to 1/5. Then it means that originally it was something like this: x plus 1/4, which was multiplied to x minus 1/5 to give you 0. Okay, so now x times x will give you x squared. X times -1/5 gives you -1/5x. A quarter times x will give you a quarter x, and a quarter times -1/5 will give you -1/20, which is equal to 0. Now at the end of the day, collect the like terms. So x squared minus 1/5 plus 1/4. How much should it be? Minus 1/5 plus 1/4 is going to give you 0.05, which is 1/20. So plus 1/20, x minus 1/20 equal to 0. Now let's multiply 20 throughout. So multiply by 20, multiply by 20, multiply by 20, multiply by 20. Your equation is supposed to be this way: 20x squared plus x minus 1 equal to 0. So yeah, that's the easiest way, or you can leave it the way that we got it. So whichever one is correct. Now what if we get something like this? So it means that x is equal to, by the way, it's not a must for you to write x equal to. You can write also y equal to something. So x equal to 1/m, x is also 1/n. So it's going to be x minus 1/m, and the other one is going to be x minus 1/n. So these two gets multiplied together, and therefore you'll write it something like this. So x minus 1/m multiply to x minus 1/n equal to 0. X times x, x squared, x times -1/n gives you -x/n. -1/m times x gives you -x/m. -1/m times -1/n gives you plus 1/mn equal to 0. So you might think it's somehow very hard, but it's not hard. So if you look at it carefully, it's going to be x squared. This one is written -1/n x Also, this one is written minus 1 over m x, and then this is written as plus 1 over mn, which is equal to 0. Now, basically, you can write it like this: x squared, and put in brackets. Let's just put in brackets. You can write it like this: minus into bracket 1 over n plus 1 over m, having 1x plus 1 over mn equal to 0. So that's one way, or you can prefer you to leave it this way. So that is the answer to that question. But we can also multiply by mn. So, but this one will become much harder. So let's just do this. Remove the mn, rather than doing this, times mn times mn times mn. So times mn as well here. So you're going to get mn x squared minus the n, and the n cancels, then you find minus mx. M and the m cancels, therefore you're going to get minus nx, and the m and n cancels out, you're going to get plus 1 equal to 0. I think that is much suitable. If you want, you can factorize this one, and just, it's better just to write this way, don't confuse yourself. So yeah, so that is your answer to this question. Now, what if you have a question like this, where you've been given a word problem and write it in form of a quadratic equation? Maria bought 2 rectangular pieces of land which she wanted to start a poultry farm and a dairy farm on. The dimensions of one of the piece of land was 5x plus 1 by 4x. So you have a dimension, one rectangle which is a dimension of 5x plus 1, the other one is 4x, and that of the other one was x plus 1 and x. So this, the other one is x plus 1 and x. Their areas, one was 336 meters square and 20 meters square respectively. Write a quadratic equation representing the sum of the areas of 2 pieces of land. Right, now the total areas is going to be 336 plus 20, which will be 356. Just you should know that. Now, to find the area of the first rectangle, obviously you're going to take 5x plus 1 times x, because area is given by length times width. So basically you're taking this times this, and as a result, and then add it to the area of this one, which is again x plus 1. Okay, x plus 1 times x plus 1, which is very easy, and it gives you a sum of 356 meters square. Now let's multiply. So you're going to take x times 5x, which gives you 5x squared, and x times 1, which will give you plus x, and the same thing, plus x times x gives you x squared, and x times 1 gives you x. So therefore that is going to give you 356. So let's just move down. Okay, now collect the like terms. So you have 5x squared plus x squared plus x plus another x, which is equal to 356. Now 5x squared plus x squared is going to give you 6x squared. Okay, and then collect the x's, which will give you 2x equal to 356. Now do this thingy. So bring the 356 to the other side. So it's going to be 6x squared plus 2x minus 356 equal to 0. Now obviously divide by 6, divide by 6, divide by 6. Or let's divide by numbers, because it's going to give you fractions here. Let's divide by 2 maybe, rather than 6. Let's divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. And therefore you're going to get 3x squared plus x minus 356 divided by 2 is going to give you minus 178 equal to 0. This is a good way. So you can leave your answer like this. That's the simplified version of it. Otherwise, Otherwise you could get fractions. So this is the simplified version. So your answer is 3x squared plus x minus 178 equal to 0. Now try out this question, pause the video and do it by yourself. Now the sum of the squares of two consecutive integers is 41. By letting the smaller number to be x, form a quadratic equation that can be used to determine the possible values of the integers, which is also very easy question. Now you say you've been told the sum of the squares of two consecutive integers. Now let's say the smallest number is x. The one that will be a consecutive number to x is going to be x plus 1. So the same thing, because if this is like 1, 2, 3, these are three consecutive numbers. So for you to get 2, you just add 1, and for you to get 3, you just add 1. So for you to get the other number, and if the smallest number obviously is x, the other number is going to be x plus 1. So you're squaring both of them. You're squaring x to give you x squared, and you're squaring x plus 1. Remember, those are two different things. So that gives you a sum of 41. Now let's square x plus 1 first. If you square x plus 1, obviously quadratic identity is going to be x squared plus 2x plus 1. If you opt to use the longest one, which is x plus 1 times x plus 1, is going to be x times x, which is x squared, x times 1, which is 1x, 1 times x, which is also 1x, and 1 times 1, which is 1. And it's going to give you x squared plus 2x plus 1. So obviously, so it's going to be x squared plus x squared plus 2x plus 1, which is equal to 41. Now bring the 41 to the other side. So, and collect the like term before we bring it. X squared plus x squared is going to be 2x squared plus 2x. Now bring the 41 to the other side to give you plus 1 minus 41, which is equal to 0. And therefore your answer is going to be this way. So 1 minus 41 obviously is going to give you, so you're going to get 2x squared plus 2x minus 41. Minus 41 is minus 40 to 0. Then divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. And therefore again going to get x squared plus x minus 20 equal to 0. And that is your answer.